everybody, it's Angela here, and I have had quite a few of you asking me to film a video for you about toes. We've had enough fingers, but everyone wants to know, how do I jam up my toes for the summer? Well, I am here for some help, so keep watching. All right, ladies, welcome to my toes. We're glad to see you. Before you can apply your jams to your toes and do a proper Jamberry pedicure, you've got to remove your jams. Now these have been on my dried out toesies for 4 weeks. So the easiest way that I have found to remove your jams from toes is simply by using your rubber cuticle pusher and an alcohol pad. Okay, the reason for this is just that it's easy to manage. These are not expensive. You can find them at any drugstore. Your rubber cuticle pusher, they come in your application kit. And I highly recommend the application kit. The scissors are awesome. It's great to have the rubber cuticle pusher and everything all together for your jams. Okay, so what we're going to do first is kind of break the seal on your Jamberry nail wrap. We're going to take your alcohol swab and gently, I'm just going to start where I peeled up a little bit. I'm going to hold on to my toe. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And you can kind of see a little bit of my lacquer from my last one. I didn't get it off all the way. Ta-da! Boom, okay? Now, I am going to hold on to this little piece that I just took off my toe, and I will show you in just a sec what we're going to use it for. Okay, as you can see, I already have my the gold leopard that I took off of my toes. I have them laid out just in order, from, biggest to smallest, just like I'm going to cut them out for my toes. Now, this is a very, very good tip, and it helps, oh my gosh, it just expedites the entire process. The first time you ever do your toes, you're obviously not going to have a template, and you're just going to try to fit them the best that you can, and part of that is done with trial and error. You're just going to have to, let me see if I can get my foot in front of here. There's my toes. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. You're just going to have to put the jam in front of your toe. Like if this was my toe, I would just kind of have to measure, snip, measure, snip. But once you've done it one time, keep the old pieces to use as a template. Because I'm going to actually use this one right here, which is holographic. And this one on our website, it doesn't do it justice. Do you see how this is a fun summer pedicure print because it will just catch the light and reflect it. It's really cool. So I'm excited to put that on my toesies. But I pulled an old piece. This is a middle that I used on a Jamberry a few weeks ago. And what I'm going to show you is just how easy it is with your middles. If you keep your middles, I think this one, yeah, this is from a pinky. Okay, so it's the smallest one on our nail wrap. It's the middle part of one of these end pieces down here. It may be hard to see since they're both silver, okay? But do you see that? It's the middle part. Now, because I saved it, I'm gonna be able to get a toe out of that one. You see how all I would do is put it on there like this, and then I'm gonna use my handy dandy scissors that come in my application kit, and I'm just going to snip around it. And these suckers are really sharp, which makes them good. You don't have to put much effort into it because they are really nice and sharp. Okay, so I could trim them out this way, all right? And I just curve that bottom piece. Now what I'm not gonna do, if this will focus for me, focus baby, there you go. Oh, I bumped the chair. What I'm not going to do is trim off the top, okay? Because this piece right here, that piece right there is going to be the part that is hanging off my toenail that I'm going to trim at the end, okay? So just like you don't trim everything off your nail wrap, you're not going to trim it off of this one either. So now I have one toe that I purely use from leftovers, okay? Now I'm not using this one on my pedicure today, but I just wanted to show you how you can use your scraps, okay? It does depend on the print. I mean, if you have chevron and it's all going one direction, it's a little bit harder to puzzle piece it together, but it is possible, okay? So I'm going to use this one, okay? I already know that this is my big toe right here. So what I can do is I can either use this one for my smaller pieces, or I can use one of these down here. I personally do not use the biggest one for the small pieces. Why, you might ask? Well, because I can use these other ones for smaller pieces, but I can't use these smaller pieces for my big toe. So if I don't use this one and I leave it for later, I'm going to be able to get 4 big toe pieces instead of just 2. So I leave these for my big toe. I do not use these right here for my pedicures, for my manicures. I use the 5 smallest pieces. So these pieces right through here, these 3, are the ones that I personally use for my pedicures. Now, depending on your nail width, you might do something differently. Okay, and I wish you could see me because I'm trying to talk with my hands, just like I always do. Okay, so I'm just going to start with one of these down here, and I'm going to cut it out to make it easier to work with. Okay, I'm going to snip, snip, snip. And I'm going to show you how I kind of puzzle piece it together before I start cutting stuff out from it. Let me get it in front of the... It's not being cooperative. Okay, so I've pulled one of the pieces. If you go smallest to largest, I pulled the 3rd one down, because again, that's not one I use on my manicures, okay? I'm gonna save these down here in case I wanna use them for manicure. I can't see myself doing an entire manicure out of that, but you never know. All right, so now I have all of my pieces here, and I'm just going to kind of fit it. That's my daughter. I'm just gonna kind of fit it on here and kind of see how much space I need. You see how it still has a little stick to it? Oh, she figured out the iPad. Hiya, pal. That's Mickey. Just in case you're wondering, that's Mickey Mouse Funhouse. So I hope you can hear me. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick these on like so. I mean, and I really do. I puzzle piece it out. I want to give myself a little bit of extra here for the height. But other than that, I'm just going to kind of figure out how many I can squeeze onto here. And because of this design, I don't have to have them all go in the same direction. I mean, I can do it all sorts of different ways if I need to. Like, I can probably get, yup, looky there, baby. Boom. I can get 4 pieces out of this one nail. At least. I'm probably going to be able to get 2 more up here, okay, from my other toes. But this is how you get so many uses out of this, because you work smarter. All right, so I'm going to cut out all my pieces, and then I will come back and talk to ya. Okay, ladies, so now I'm going to show you how I apply my Jamberry wraps to my toes. I have a piece already cut out. And you can tell I've done all of my toes except for this one. I left this one bare so I could show you. Before I get started on this, I want to show you how many pieces I used of my entire sheet, okay? Remember, this is a sheet I started with, and when I cut them out, I used this big piece right here for my big toe, and then I used the next piece for the majority of my little toes. Guess how many little toes I got out of this piece? Oh yeah. 7. I only had to use 1 little piece down here for the 8th little toe. Can you believe that? That's kind of crazy. So I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see the entire sheet. That is all I needed. 2 pieces and a smidgen of 1 for an entire Jamicure. Girls, that's crazy. Like, you can get so many uses out of this if you just kind of know what to do. So I hope this will help you. All right. So now I have my little piece that I already cut out, okay? If I can, there you go. And it's gonna go on this little toe right here. I apply my jams to my toes just like I do my fingernails, with the exception of two little things, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is get it off of the clear backing. Now, because I cut mine out, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, if my vision is gonna be good enough. Yep, there it goes. I'm kind of far away from my eyeballs, but see how I'm pulling it off of the clear backing? There you go. Now, I'm going to use my handy dandy Jamberry nail heater, okay? I'm gonna turn it on. Oh my goodness, that is so loud, said no one using a Jamberry nail heater ever. All right, I'm gonna warm it up. The metallics don't take quite as much heat, and you can kind of tell how, see how it already curled up on me, okay? So, whoa, I'm throwing the heater. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little toe here, and I'm gonna lay my Jamberry nail wrap, just like I would for my hands, and I'm gonna squish it down. Okay, now here's one of the changes. Normally when I do my manicure, I take my fingers and I put my fingers in front of the heater. Well, I'm not so coordinated with my toes, so instead I turn on my heater and I hold it over my toes for my second time that I heat it up. That's a difference. It's not a big difference, but it's a difference, okay? So warm it up that way. All right, and the other little difference is that instead of filing when I do my toenails, I take my nail clippers, okay? So I just, oh, and there goes a piece. I actually trim my toenails along with the nail wrap. This expedites the process. I'm killing two birds with one stone, trimming my toenails and trimming my Jamberry nails wraps. So there you go. That's my entire pedicure done in a matter of minutes. And I just have to show you what holographic looks like. I don't know if my indoor light is gonna really do it justice. Let me see. Woo! It's a really cool one for summer. So if you haven't checked this one out, you totally should. All right, there you go. That's how to apply them to your little twinkle toes. Okay, ladies, that concludes our pedicure tutorial for Jamberry Nails. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It's right down there. Just push the little button that says subscribe. It ain't that hard. I hope that now you're gonna be the most beautiful pedicure on the entire block and that everybody asks you about it and you can spread the Jamberry love. If you find that many people are asking you, then it's time to host a party. Maybe it's time to become a consultant. Either way, give us a holler. I have ladies in Canada, in Guam, in Puerto Rico. We will hook you up. We've got ladies local, all over the place, okay? So just give us a holler. I will either connect you with myself and I can do a party for you or someone else on my team, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Bye.